Alright, people, get ready. This is gonna be a long one. I know. I've missed about a month and some change worth of chapters, but I need to talk about all this stuff because I think when it comes to Tokyo Ghoul, for me personally, before we get into like the meat of it all, I think I'm very attached to these characters, and it's to the point where a lot of times when I'm reading it, I'm so emotionally invested. I'll be like, oh, my heart can't take it. These feels when shit happens with Kaneki, when shit happens with Toka, Hinami, just most of the characters, I'm just like going fucking crazy. So this little marathon journey of chapters was honestly something else, and I think Tokyo Ghoul right now is scaring me because it feels like it could end very soon. I mean, we have pretty much the final fight seemingly going on right now, and I'm like, oh, this was just absolutely insane. So I'm gonna go into this more so like a discussion than a review, because flat out, I'll tell you, the past month and some change of chapters have been excellent. 9, 10 out of 10. So fuck the score shit. We're just gonna talk about the content. So I mean, for starters, Ishida bringing in Yomo and Toka, it feels as though all the key players that we mainly need are here. I mean, some of the other characters that you would like to see from Ri and stuff like that are on Ru Island, like Mutsuki, and we'll get into that later, but a lot of the key players that we've been dying to see are in this fucking jail. You got Yomo, you have Toka, you have Ayato, you have Banjo, you have Kaneki, you have Eto there. Like, everybody that you want to see and that's a part of the main plot is there. Arima, everyone's there. And let's start off with the character development. Character development up the yin-yang for a lot of different people, but in particular I'm talking about Toka and Ayato's relationship, and Ayato finally being able to accept Toka's help. Definitely a good look on that, and I mean, it's good to just see this family being brought together again. Like, honestly loved it. Like, this was just feels city with these chapters. We get a little bit of a glimpse of the training that Arima and Kaneki had back in the day. It starts to show even more of the relationship that they had. I mean, from the training days, and it really shows exactly why Kaneki feels this way about Arima, like, you know, a mentor and a father figure, because you get flashbacks like that where, like, when he was getting ready to give up, Arima would say no, and he would be fucking beating the shit out of him and still say no, don't give up, keep going. I ain't gonna lie though, one thing that does get annoying after a while, and I mean, I guess it's just kind of saving it for the main eventer to do it, but Arima is just so fucking OP. Like, I even made a Twitter joke poll about, like, who's more fucking OP, Chair-sama from Bleach, you know, Aizen in that fucking chair, or Arima, because this motherfucker, like, you cannot hit him. You trying to hit him from the back, and he's blocking with his fucking sword like this. Like, this dude is too fucking OP. That is the only thing where it's like, fuck, no matter who goes up against him, I'm just like, pigs to the slaughter, because Arima just can't be defeated. And I think that's going to be a spot reserved for Kaneki whenever he kind of decides, hey, you know what, I should go all out right now. And Furuta, really? Like, honestly, Furuta got done dirty, because I guess it was a good shine for Hinami, because it kind of gave her, like, after her thinking that she's weak and all these times of talking like, I just want to help out, but I'm so weak, her taking out Furuta was kind of like her repayment of, like, you know, big bro is protecting me, I protected big bro this time. So that was a good look for Hinami. Kind of fucked for Furuta, even though he'll be back in the future. I doubt that took him out completely. He'll be back, but, like, yeah, you got done dirty by a little girl. And then the whole Yomo thing, like, we just basically blew open Yomo's past wide the fuck open, finding out about him being Toka and Ayato's uncle, the past with his sister, everything about that. It really showcases, like, it makes sense now, like, oh, so this is why Yomo was always trying to be behind Toka and take care of her and watching her. It wasn't only that Yoshimura said to watch after her, it was like, yeah, this is my niece, this is my nephew. And Ayato is because he's kind of like a dick, so it's just like, can't help somebody that doesn't want me to fucking help him. But that's why he stood by Toka's side this entire time, why he stood at the coffee shop, why he's been there. It's like, it all makes sense. He's her uncle. And dude took a quinque to the neck. I mean, like, even Yomo, which you would think Yomo's pretty fucking strong, right? But then again, you gotta think if Eto went up against Arima, and even Eto had to run off, like, again, Arima's too fucking OP. So even though we got that incredible backstory of Yomo and kind of explains why he didn't tell them that he was their uncle, I mean, it was just perfect that it made sense as well why he didn't tell them ever about him being their uncle. It was like him losing his sister was so traumatic to him, and it fucked his mind up so much that it's like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put myself back in that position. I'll just care for them from afar. So it definitely made sense, and everything was just explained beautifully. And it kind of sucks, because you would think that this would be perfect for, if anything, him to get some kind of revenge on Arima, like, you know, Yomo, because it's like, he took his sister, and even he says that line, how much more will you take from me, Arima? But yeah, OP. And I mean, even when Kaneki jumped in front of Yomo, it was like, yay, we got Kaneki on the scene. But it's like, oh, I would have liked to see Yomo, even if it was just hurting him, even if it was just like a stab to the leg or something, it would have been nice. And oh my gosh, one of my favorite moments in this little marathon that I had of reading Tokyo Ghoul was the Kaneki and Toka reunion. I mean, it was so short, but it was just like, finally, they're back together, even if it's for a split second. And then that I'll see you later shit, like, it was just perfect, honestly. Like, Ishida has just been wielding such an amazing fucking story for, like, I don't even know how many, I mean, don't get me wrong, the whole thing is amazing, but, like, chapter after chapter, he's just giving us huge things. And I think, in a way, even though I feel like it really feels like Tokyo Ghoul's gonna end soon, because, I mean, we have basically the final fight going on, with this whole thing of I'll see you later, is like, are we gonna get tragedy again, or is there gonna be a reunion soon, and the manga's gonna keep going, like, I can't handle more tragedy, alright? Alright, Suishida, I can't handle it no more. You better not fucking kill Kaneki again, or I'm gonna be pissed. And if you notice something, the relationship between these three characters is basically brother and sister, because Ayato and Toka, they are brother and sisters. But the fact that Hinami not only spent time with Toka, but being an Aogiri and being with Ayato, is pretty much like they're all three brothers and sisters now, which is kind of cool. So I could honestly see in the end of the manga, I don't think any of them are gonna die. I could honestly see the three of them being like, that's brothers and sisters right there, we're gonna live together, we're gonna help each other out. Like, that's the way it's kind of been molded, and that was kind of, again, a smart idea of Suishida. Like, that's her sister, but now that's also her brother. And the main event is going on right now. Like, what the fuck? Like, is Tokyo Ghoul, like, again, is it ending? Kaneki versus Arima. Arima stabbing right through him, like, ooh, I mean, is Kaneki at his max right now is a question we all gotta ask. Is this his full potential, like, mentally? Like, remember when he went Kakuja form? Like, is he as strong as that right now? Or is there some sort of fucking inner rage that he has to let out in order for him to take on Arima and completely devastate this motherfucker? Because Arima, if he is indeed just a human, he's a hacked human, mind you, but the motherfucker is just too strategic, and there gotta be some ace in the hole in order for Kaneki to take him out. But let's talk about sexual abuse right now. Poor fucking Mutsuki, man. Like, honestly, out of the new Quinkes we got in Tokyo Ghoul Re, she's just been dealt a raw hand from the start. This chapter, or the latest chapter, I believe it was the latest chapter, where we found out what her father was doing to her, abusing of her, drowning her, and then sexually, like, first of all, Suishida, damn, bro, just damn. But she got the white hair treatment, like, oh, it's too much. It makes so much sense why she wanted to be, from the very start of Tokyo Ghoul Re, a boy. Why she's like, you know, I'm a dude. Because she must have felt so helpless and defenseless when her father was doing those things to her, that is like, I don't want to be a girl no more. Fuck it, I'm a dude. So very psychologically, we'll pin the word interesting, but it's beyond, way beyond that. But the way Suishida set this up, and then what Torso was doing to her, like fucking going crazy, screaming, hitting her and shit, and saying, I only do those things to you because I love you. Like, he's showing a domestic abuse relationship right there. Like, just so much. Oh, like, Mutsuki's character is easily the most interesting and the most tragic at the moment, or period, out of the new Quinkes in Tokyo Ghoul Re. I mean, fuck, man. Like, I could make a whole discussion on that, and I might do that. And the ending of the last chapter, Kaneki losing his legs. I don't know what was more shocking, Kaneki losing his legs in the fight against Arima, or Arima actually speaking to him. Because before that, we had the dialogue of Kaneki saying, everything I'm thinking about, it doesn't even matter. You're not going to talk to me anyway. And him saying, stop playing around. It's almost as if, even though this is this massive situation, you know, he's basically a traitor right now and everything, Arima's still looking at him as a student. I'm your mentor. Stop playing around, which also means that Kaneki ain't giving it his all because he still cares about him. Like, such an amazing ending. Honestly, phenomenal chapters. Again, like I said, we will skip the score. These were all 9 and 10 out of 10s. Absolutely amazing chapters. And I guess I gotta bring up the question, like, do you guys really think another 5 or 10 chapters in Tokyo Ghoul will be over? Like, do you think it's gonna end? If it is, I will be sad as fuck, but like, what are your thoughts on this? Is Kaneki gonna take out Arima? Just so many fucking questions. What do you think is gonna happen with Mutsuki? Is she gonna die in the end? Is she gonna actually be rescued? And will she ever be the same again? Like, just too much. Too much for my heart and my head to handle. Like, just absolutely insanity. But thanks for watching this long ass video. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed it, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm Finette World, and as always, people, have an awesome day.